also trying to be pretty inclusive. And so I'm in my couch, right, and I start watching the Little Mermaid, the new Little Mermaid, you know, the one that she came out black. I started watching the movie to see what it was all about because I remember a lot of people were mad about it. They were mad about it. And then I'm watching the movie and I realized, you know what? They really should have made Little Mermaid Cuban. Hear me out. Hear me out. Think about this. Stay with me for a second. Think about it first. This is the movie. This is the movie. You don't know Little Mermaid. She lives in a place that she cannot leave, so she technically has no freedom. Sound familiar? She swims across the ocean just to get to the land. Sound familiar? And when she gets to the land, she marries a white dude and opens up a jewelry store in Miami. That's Little Mermaid.
You know, I found out there's actually a group of people that are more loud and more proud than Puerto Ricans. You know who they are? No. New Eurekans. They're here. For those of you guys that don't know what a New Eurekan is, it's pretty much a Puerto Rican that grew up in New York who thinks they're Puerto Rican. Regular Puerto Ricans, we're proud, right? We'll put the Puerto Rican flag in the car, baile stickers. New Eurekans, they'll paint the whole car into a Puerto Rican flag. But they're proud. And you know what's the crazy thing about them? They'll wear the whole flag. And they may not even know any Spanish. All right, let me stop before I get shot by somebody from the Bronx here. And the crazy thing about these New Eurekans, when you meet them, right? You'll meet them, and then you know what you find out? They're half Dominican.
Nowadays, everybody's trying to be really inclusive. You know what I'm talking about? And by everybody, I mean white people. They're trying to be so inclusive. But let me tell you, I think it's a good thing. But if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it right. You know why? Because a couple weeks ago, I went into a CVS, and you know what I saw? I saw a statue of a Latino Santa Claus, Santiago Claus. And when I seen Santiago Claus, I was like, oh, this doesn't make any sense. Because Latinos are never on time. Think about it, it'll be Easter, and we still waiting for our presents.
You know when I found out that I grew up poor? When I moved from Puerto Rico to Orlando and I made my first white friend. Because I went over to his house and his mom comes up to us and is like, what would you guys like to eat? And I was like, we got choices here? In my house, we didn't get options. We didn't get any fancy meals. I remember one time my mom told me that we were gonna have Italian. I got excited. You know what Italian meant at my house? Chef Boyardee.
With some white rice?
There's some white rice. White rice. Yeah, my mom, she put everything with white rice. Man, rice with pasta. That doesn't even make any sense to me. It's just carbs on carbs. Rice with Spam. Oh, some of you were really poor. I didn't have rice with Spam. I was just testing it out. Like, damn, y'all won't be able to afford these shirts after the show. So, with ketchup, yeah. That's how you know she was really poor, because they couldn't even afford the protein at her house. I used to not like going to church with my mom. I really didn't, because I feel like every time that I would go to church with my mom, I feel like she always tried to prove a point. Like the pastor, he would be up there, or el priest, ¿verdad? And he would over here talk about disobedient children. My mom would look at me and go, ¿Viste? Pati. And one time, he talking about the que thou shalt honor thy father and thy mother. We got atheists here tonight? Thou shalt honor thy father and thy mother. My mom looked at me and go, ¿Viste? Pati. And then one time, the priest, he started talking about the que thou shalt not need to use violence. I looked at my mom. I went, ¿Viste? Pati. That's how you get smacked in church, by the way.